Hello guys, welcome back to the Pepcoding. So in this video, we are going to discuss our next question, that is count distinct elements in every window of size k. So in this question, we have given array and number k. That k represent the size of window, and we need to tell how much number of distinct elements are present of every window of size k. Okay. So the first window is starting from 2 and k is 4. So the window size is 4. Okay, when we are starting the window from 2 to 6, we need to tell how much distinct element are present in that window. So in this window, the distinct elements are 3, 2, 5 and 6. 1, 2 and 3 distinct elements are present. When we are starting our window from 5 to 3, the distinct elements again 3. When we are starting our window from 5 to 2, our distinct elements is 4. When we are starting our window from 6 to 3, 3 is repeated in this window. 3 is repeated. So for that, our our count for the distinct element for this window is 3. When we are starting our window from 3 to 2, 3 and 2 are repeated. So for that, our count for the distinct element is 2. When we are starting our window from 2 to 4, 2 is repeated here. So 3 number of distinct elements are present in this window range. When we are starting from 3 to 5, 4 number of distinct elements are present in this window. When we are starting our window from 2 to 2, 2 is repeated. So because of 2 is repeated, 3 number of distinct elements are present. When we are starting our window from 4 to 2, 2 is repeated here. So again 3 number of distinct elements are present. When we are starting our window from 5 to 2, 2 is repeated for the 3 times. So 2 number of distinct elements are present. When we are starting our window from 2 to 2, so 2 is repeated for 4 times. So only one number of one number of distinct elements are present in this window. When we are starting from 2 to 3, 2 number of distinct elements, and the last window that we can make from 2 to 6, because the window size is 4. So this is the last window that we can make. 2, 1, 2 and 3. 3 number of distinct elements are present. So we can solve this question by using map, frequency map, and one strategy, that is acquire and release strategy. So we need to return the count of every window in terms of array or vector array or array list. So now our strategy to solve this question is first acquire, after that print, and after that release. Okay, release. So for acquisition we are using I, and for the release we are using J. So basically in this question, in this strategy, we are initializing our map, frequency map, as a element versus count, how much number of times the element occur. Okay, so our I is here. For solving the question by using this strategy, we need to push, or we need to insert our k-1 element into our map. This is our map. So for solving this question by using this strategy, okay, for solving this question by using this strategy, we need to insert our k- element into our map. So 2 is appear for the first time. So we can say that element 2 is appear for the first time. k-1. So I plus 5 is appear for the first time. Okay. Now again 5 is appear. So we can increase our count at this point. So we are inserting our k-1 element into this map. Now let's talk about this. I for acquire, J for release. So we are initializing our J as -1. J add -1, and for acquisition we are increasing our I at this point. Now we can say that in between I and J, or I at this point, in between I and J, the 4 number of present, 4 size of window are present, 4 number of elements are present. Okay, in between I and J, 4 number of elements are present. For acquisition, we are increasing our I, adding this into our map. So 6 is appear for the first time. Now printing the size of map. So we can say that in this window range, 3 number of distinct elements are present, because 5 is repeated in this window. So for the printing, we can say that map dot size. That means three number of distinct elements are present from for the first window, that is starting from 2 to 6. Okay, now for the release, update J. When we are updating our J, we need to release this from our map. So 2 is for 2 is here, and 2's count is only 1. Now for repeat this repeat this strategy whenever I is less than this condition. Okay, I is less than array dot size minus 1. Now for again acquire, I is at this point, again 4 size window in between I and J. Acquire, for the acquisition we are checking is map contains 3 or not. It is not contains 3, so 3 is appear for the first time. Now 4 size window, printing the size of map, that is 3 size. In this window, 3 number of distinct elements are present. For release, updating our J at this point, 5's count is 2, so we have to decrease our count by 1. That is 5 is present for only one times in this map. For this, at this point 5 is present on only one times. Okay, again acquire, update our I at this point. Now 4 size window in between I and J. Acquire this, 2 is appear for the first time. After that, this is the 4 size window. Again printing the size of map, that is 4 size. After that, updating our J and releasing one element. So releasing 5 from this map, 5 is only one times. Okay, releasing this. After I will repeat this. After that, I plus plus, again 4 size window. Update our 3 as a 2, because of 3 is already contains in that map, so we are only increasing our count here. Okay, 3 as 3 appears here for the 2 times in this window. 3 is appear for 2 times. Now printing the size of map 3. After that, releasing, J is at this point, J is checking, J is release the 6 from the map. J is releasing the 6 from the map. After that, repeat this I plus plus, 4 size window, 3 is appear for the second time. So after acquisition, printing the size of map, that is 2. J, after that release, J is at this point, J is checking, 3 contains 2 times, map contains 3 for the 2 times, so we are decreasing our count for the 3 by 1 and update I. So again 4 size window, 4 appear for the first time. Okay, again 4 size window, 4 appear for the first time. So we printing the size of map, that is 3 size of 3 elements are present in that map. Okay, after that release, J is at this point, J is checking for the 2 is appear for the 2 times, so we are decreasing it by 1, or we can say that 2 is appear for the only 1 times when we are checking for this window. After that, acquire I plus plus, this is the window size, K size window in between I and J, and adding 5 with 1. 5 appear for the first time, so 4 size window, again printing the size of map. After that, releasing. Okay, releasing, J is at this point, 3 is appear on for the only 1 time, so we are removing 3 from that. After that, I plus plus and checking is to appear for the first time or not. 2 is already there, so increase the count of 2 and printing the size of map, that is 3. After that, J is at 2, so J again decreasing the count of 2 by 1. After that, acquire for the next, so 4 size window, acquiring 2 into this, 2 is appear for the second time, so we are increasing our count by 1 and printing the size of map, that is 3. After that, releasing this 4 is appeared for the first time, so removing 4 from this, updating our I, so 4 size window again. 2 is appear for the third time, so we can say that 2 is repeated for the third time here, and our windows number of distinct elements that are present in this window range is 2. Map size, that is 2. After that, releasing the 5 from this, only 2 are present. Now update our I at this point, 4 size window, 2 is appear for the fourth time. Okay, and the map size is only 1. And now release j add of j, that is we are decreasing our count of 2 by 1 and updating our I is updated, 3 appear for the first time. After that, print, that means map dot size. Okay, after that, release j is at this point, so j are checking is the count of 2 is 1 or more than 1. So if it is 1 more than 1, then we can decrease it. If it is only 1, then we are removing that from the map. Again, our I at this point, 6 appear for the first time. Okay, 6 appear for the first time, and we are printing our map size, that is 3, and updating our j at this point. Okay, so this is the approach to solve this question. So let's code for this question. So let's start with the code. So we are doing the Java's code here. Okay, so let me do a full screen, increasing the font. Okay, so it's okay. Now for solving this question, we need a hash map, and we are using the hash acquire and release strategy here. So first, hash map of integer and map. So new hash map. Okay, this. Now, so from this point, okay, from this point, we need to pushing k minus 1 element into map. We need to insert the k minus element into our map first. So we are initializing our I at 0. Okay, and we are checking that I should be less than k minus 1 element. Okay, and at this point we are checking, is our hash map already contains that array of I or not. Array of I means, is our hash map already contains that element or not. If it is not contains, then we are just putting that array of I with count 1. Okay, if it is not present, if it is already present, then we are updating the count of that. That means hashmap dot put array of I, comma, hashmap dot get array of I plus 1. So we are increasing the count of that element for that element. After that, at this point we need to increase our I also, and from this point, so for this point, let me take you to the open mode. Okay, so add to the new page. Now we are at new page, and for example our our array is 1 2 let me take 2 5 5 6 3 4 6 2. Okay, we are inserting our I minus 1 element, k minus 1 element into our hash. So k minus 1, our I for this point, I is at this point, our hash map is this. So we are checking, is our I is k minus 1, k is 4, so k minus 1, that is 3. Is our I is our 0 is less than 3? Yes, it is. So we are checking, is our hash map contains array of I? So it is empty. So we are going to this else point, and we are putting array of I with 1. Array of I is 2. 2 with count is 1. So 2 is appear for the first time. After that, we are increasing our I. So I is at this point. Again we are checking, is 1 is less than 3? Yes, it is true. So we are again checking that, is hash map contains array of I? Is HashMap already contains 5? No, it is not. So we are putting the new pair with 5 with 1. So 5 is appearing for the first time. Again I plus plus. Again I plus plus. Okay, now we are at this point. Is our 2 is less than 3? Yes, it is. So we are checking. Is our HashMap contains already is our HashMap contains 5? Yes, it is already contains 5. So we are increasing the count of that. So just adding this. Okay, now after that I plus plus again. So our I at this point. Okay, this point. So we are again checking. Is 3 is less than 3? No, it is not true. So we are out of that loop. Okay, after that we need our I at this point. So for that we are decreasing our I by 1. We are only pushing k minus 1 element into our hash map. So for that we want our I at this point. So we are writing here as a I minus minus. After that we are initializing our j as a minus 1. We are from this point we are starting with that strategy, that is acquire and release. Okay, we are checking that I should be less than array dot length minus 1. Okay, array dot length minus 1, and we need to return a array list of integer. So let me first initialize that. That is answer equals to new array list. Okay, array list and this. Okay, after that the first work we have to done for the that acquire and release strategy. So we are acquiring the elements. After that we are printing and releasing. So we are using I for this and j for this, and for the printing we are using the answer array list. So we are adding that map size into this. Okay, we are adding the map size of into array list. So from this point, first point, acquire. Second point, adding map size into array list. Okay, after that release. Okay, for the acquiring we are increasing our I for first. After that we are checking is HashMap already contains that array of I. If it is, then we are doing the same work here. Copy it here and paste it. After that, in the else part, again we are doing the same work. If it is not present, then add it into our hash map. After that, adding the size into array list. So our answer dot add. We are adding the map size into array list. Okay. After that, for the releasing, we are first increasing our j pointer. After that, finding the frequency map dot get array of j. Finding the frequency of that element. Frequency means finding the count of that element that are present into map. At this point 5 is appear for the 2 times. So we are checking the frequency of array object I. So we are saying that if the frequency is 1, if our array of i's, if our element frequency is 1, so remove that element from our map. In the else part, the frequency is more than 1, so we are updating our hash map. Okay, 1 minute. We are naming here as a map, so update this as a hash map. Okay, my bad. After that, this point hash map, and at this point again hash map. Okay, after that we are checking that hash map in this point hashmap dot get hashmap dot put array of j with frequency minus 1. Okay, and after all this we are returning the answer from this point. So this is the code. Let's try to run this code. So it is run for this sample test case. So let's try to run for all the test cases. So it is accepted for the all test cases. So let's try run of this code. Okay, let's try run this page onto this page. Let's take a snap of the code. Okay, okay. So we are taking a snap of the code into current page. Okay. No. So this is our array and this is our code. Let me do okay. Control H. Again opening. It got something. Okay. So for this array, let's try run this code for this array. Now we are initializing a hash map. Okay, hash map, and after that we are putting the k minus 1 into k minus 1 element into our hash map. So I is 0 at the I is at this position. I is checking if hash map contains 2. No, it is not contains 2. So we are saying that 2 is appear for the first time at this point. So updating our I at this point. So we are checking is hash map contains 5. No, so we are putting this element from this line into our hash map, that is 5 will appear for the first time. Again I plus plus, again 5. So hash map contains array of I. Yes, it is contained. So we are updating the count of that frequency, updating the frequency of that element. Now again I plus plus. So at this point, at this in this while loop, we are only pushing the k minus 1 element, but our I at this point, but we want our I at this point. So we are decreasing our I minus 1 and initializing j at this point minus 1. From this point, for acquire first, for the acquisition we are increasing our I. So our I at this point, we are increasing our I to here. We are checking that is our 6 is present. No, so push that element into our hash map and adding the size into answers array list contains the size of map, that is 3. After that, for the release j plus plus, checking the frequency of that element, it's 1. So we are just remove that from the hash map, and again for the acquisition update I here, the size of window is 4. Okay, after that checking is at present or not. So 3 is appear for the first time, and after that updating this into adding this into array list. After that, for the release update the j, checking the 5 frequency. 5 frequency is 2. So minus 1, frequency minus 1. So we are putting 5 as a appear for the first time. So again acquire, again I plus plus, again we are checking is 2 is present. No, so again add the 2 for the first time and adding the map size into array list. So for the fourth. So this is the dry run for this code. So I hope you understand the question and the solution of this question. Thank you for watching.